Country music, there's 3 chords in the truth. Just gets whoever's in there out. I should have been born in America. I'm an American.
You know, your character, Rose-Lynn, is defiantly herself, despite evidence that she probably shouldn't be. And so how do you understand that as a person who's, you know, probably responsible and gets jobs and does all that? How do you put yourself into her head that way?
With huge enjoyment. Basically, I loved the rebellious kind of bold bolshiness that she had, and that raw kind of, she just was this like being that was vibrating and electric and wasn't, there was no fanning going on.
You know, and she does the opposite of what you think a person in her position with 2 children should do. But she does it with such heart. You love her for it. You know, and there are some people suffering in her wake, but you have to let her dream that impossible dream, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost license for her.
Well, I think she has to. Yeah. She truly feels in her loins that this is what she's meant to do. And I think that's, you know, she's not unconscious of her dilemma. Even at times, it might look like she's trying to block or screen it out, you know, or fog that part of her life as if it isn't there. But she's not conscious of it. And I think she, in her heart, she feels like, if I can do this, I can give them a life that I dream of. Right. And I can open up their mind past the boundaries of what this wall in front of me is. Yeah, and I think that's where her big heart comes from, is she's...
But not to say that it's down. There are moments of such joy in this film.
Yeah, well, but that's the best thing, you know, like, that's human beings, right? We've got all different kinds of crunchy things going on inside us all the time.
Well said.
So you just got to learn how to harness those things, and sometimes one of those wolves goes flying and you're like, you just got to run for a bit, and then you get him to come back with some nice food or whatever, and then another one anyway. Stage,
screen, you're funny too, and you sing. Thank you.
When you put your mind to something, you can do anything.
This film, it's being given so much love. Everybody thinks it's just terrific. It must be very satisfying. So tell me something. What was the spark for this?
I'm from Glasgow. I am a lifelong fan of country music. Mad for it. Oh, just
really?
Absolutely mad for it. Yeah, it's my passion in life, so I was always going to write about country music at some point. And I just had this girl in my head who just wouldn't stop talking to me for years and years and years. It's my first feature, and I just carried on drafting, but then it really came to life when Tom read it and cast Jessie Buckley in the lead.
Oh my gosh, she's tremendous. And I read somewhere that she didn't know anything about country music, but she became hooked the way you are.
Nicole had a strict diet of
country only.
Yeah, exactly.
Country only. Wow. I'd heard that country music is big in Britain. I've heard that before. It's big
in Scotland and big in Ireland, and it's sort of getting quite cool. It used to be
growing.
Unbelievably
Like
uncool, but it's definitely having a moment in the UK.
So tell me something. You know, you take her dream, her long-awaited dream, and you shape it and mold it. Did you feel a responsibility to her as well as your audience and yourself?
Yeah, I did. Well, I don't know. Yes and no. Like, yes, because she's obviously my friend, and I didn't want to like mess it up for her. But because we always worked so closely, it just felt like we were, you know.
It was all of ours. As soon as Tom and Jessie joined, it was like I was free. I wasn't sitting in an empty room anymore, and we were all in it together.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it sort of we evolved together, and it became this sort of organism that was so, yeah, it felt like we were all on the road together.
And what I love about it so much is that the moments are so vivid. The darkness and some of the choices that she makes, and then the complete joy she feels on stage, and we feel all of that, and it drives the whole film. I think it was beautiful the way that was done.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how did you stage the music in terms of being a character piece, not just the music?
Well, actually, that comes back to Nicole, because the music was always so integral to the script and how Rose-Lynn's feeling, and all those kind of very careful song choices that Nicole had made were all bound up in the script from the very beginning. So it was always very clear to me that the performance was the recording of the music and her singing was bound up in the performance that we had to do it live on set.
Yeah.
And I think that really you can tell that there's an honesty that comes with that, and that you can hear all the imperfections, but the imperfections are the things that make it beautiful and magic and real and human and
non-electronic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I think that's the magic of it. If you like.
Yes. And the scenes in Nashville, she's dreaming this impossible dream, but we all do, right? And I think that's very appealing.
Yeah, and if you just let somebody have a wee taste of that thing that they are and that they need, they'll make good choices. You just has, just the window opens and she pokes her head out and she just gets that wee whiff of freedom, and
wow,
I just love that.
Wow, that's so cool. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.